Today I'm going to show you how to use Tor as a proxy in Windows. This is different than using the Tor browser bundle. So first we're going to open up our web browser and we're going to go to torproject.org. Now on the right hand side here we're going to click download, and then we're going to go all downloads, not the Microsoft Windows, but this all downloads link. And then we're going to expand Microsoft Windows, and here we're going to see Expert Bundle. Just go ahead and download that. Once it's done downloading, we can open it. And let's go ahead and extract it. So now that we have it extracted, open up the folder if you don't have it automatically open to the extracted version. We're going to go ahead and click on tor.exe. You might not see the extension depending how your settings are in Windows. So it's actually going to run without popping up anything or showing anything. So if you want to actually verify that it's running and or how to close it, you need to start Task Manager. So just search for Task Manager. And then in here you'll see under background processes, you should see Tor. And there it is. Okay, so I'm going to leave that open. To close it, you would just go in task. Okay, so now that we have that downloaded, I'm going to close out my Google Chrome, and I'm going to open Internet Explorer. You can use whatever web browser you want. I'm just showing Internet Explorer since I'm doing this in Windows. I don't actually recommend you use Internet Explorer, just because it's a bit outdated. So go to Internet Options, and then go ahead and click Connections, and then under Local Area Network Settings, go ahead and click the LAN settings, and then we're going to click Use a Proxy Server. And let me actually go ahead and click Advanced, because we're going to use, it's going to be a SOCKS proxy, which is a little different than the standard proxy. Go ahead and type 127.0.0.1. That means that it's going to be using a loopback, which means it's using this your actual computer as the proxy. And port is 9050, and that's just Tor's default proxy port. Okay, so go ahead and click OK. Click OK again. Then OK. And now let's see if this is working. Let's go to what's myip.org, and there we go. This is not my actual IP address, so it's definitely working. So having changed our proxy settings in that manner, it more or less globally changes it. There are some services and stuff that won't change, like some background services and whatnot. But having done it like that, it'll change it so that some of your other browsers might use that proxy setting, and same with some other applications. So it's probably smarter to actually run it as under a different web browser like Firefox, something that you don't actually use every day. Just to verify that it is a different IP address, I'm going to go ahead and myip.com and look up my IP address through the terminal. This command curl won't work for most people. I actually have it for my actual work, and you can tell that that's my actual IP address. It's different than the IP address that we get from What's My IP as I refresh this page. And Tor, if you didn't know, changes IP addresses every, I think, 10 minutes by default. Let me go ahead and go back to Task Manager and close it. I'm going to end Tor. Okay, so now that's no longer running. And now if we try to access anything, we're going to notice it's not going to work because there's no proxy. The proxy of Tor it's not able to connect to. So we need to go ahead and change that back. So Gear, Internet Options, Connections, LAN Settings, and just deselect the use the proxy service. Go ahead and hit OK. Alright. And there we go, back to my original IP. I recommend using Firefox as a third-party web browser to use with Tor. This way you don't have to continuously update your to change your proxy settings back and forth. Also, since it's not your main browser, you're not going to be sending personal information across, as in, like, your main browser might have plugins and stuff that check your email and randomly update other things, and so you don't want to be sending that across through Tor because it kind of de-anonymizes you. So having a dedicated web browser is the way to go. Now keep in mind, normally you would just want to use the Tor web browser with Windows, but when you're using it as a proxy, we're doing that so that we can use it with other things. Most importantly, Burp Suite would be one of them. Check out my video on how to use Burp Suite with Tor. Okay, so now this is installing Firefox real quick. Don't want it to import any of my stuff. I also do not want it to be my default browser. Go ahead and close this. Okay, so I have Tor running now. Again, I'm going to go ahead and click inside Firefox on these little 3 bars, which is the menu. We're going to go to Options. This is the newest version of Firefox, I believe 39 right now. And so they actually changed their menu system a little bit. It's so go Advanced, Network, and then Connection Settings. And this is the same menu that you've probably seen before if you've used Firefox. Manual proxy configuration. We're going to go socks. We're going to do the 127.0.0.1 and then port 9050. And we also want to select remote DNS. This means that it's going to use the proxy to look up, anytime it looks up a website's actual IP address. It's the dynamic name server. And if you don't select it, it's a way that it'll use your actual IP address to contact the DNS server instead of going through the proxy. And you don't want that. It's unlikely, but it is another way that you could be de-anonymized, and it's just best to look everything up through Tor, so all your traffic is going through it. Okay, so go ahead and click OK, and now if I go to what's my IP.org, there, so I have a different IP address. So this way now, Internet Explorer and Google Chrome are not using the proxy while Firefox is. So this is probably the preferred way that you're going to want to do this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below. And please check out some of my other videos, including other things that you can do with Tor, now that we're using it as a proxy.